Hello everybody, it is Tina at Tina Stitches. Welcome to my channel. This is a Flosstube channel. It's about cross stitch and not a lot else. You're going to see a lot of Mirabilia and Heaven and Earth, Nora Corbett, but Owl Forest Embroidery as well. Yeah, a little bit of mix, but it is May. It is Monday, May the 24th, and it is my last week of Mirabilia May. And so I have a ton of stuff to show you. Very little progress on each of them. One new start and plans for another new start. I just want to say thank you for coming back, supporting me, and if you're new, welcome. I hope you like what you see, and hit the like and subscribe button so you can see more of it. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks and a little bit since my last video, and the reason for that is because my husband is still not mobile, and honestly it's not a real good reason because he's still mobile, but I mean, he's not bedridden. But one customer had been in the pharmacy one day, and the one thing that stuck with me was what he said, and he's like, all I'm hearing are excuses. They're reasons, but they're excuses. So yeah, so really I have no excuse. Back to work, busy as ever, and it's been a long weekend. This week is Victoria Day weekend in Canada. I am Canadian, and so it's Monday. Here I am because I was lazy Saturday and I could not fit it in Sunday because my oldest son came here and we did I put him to work. We did some yard work. And so today is the day. It's the afternoon. It's been raining. I'm okay with that. I do enjoy sunshine, but I am okay with the rain because we've had forest fires. Not horribly close, but our area was in a forest fire red zone for a little bit there, so we love when we get the rain to help with that. So as long as there's no lightning to go with it. So I guess I should just get on with my whips. I do not participate in the stitching games. I'll just say that. There's a lot of cross-stitch challenge groups out there, and I just don't have the time or focus to do that. I do like to focus on a project, but right now I have so many whips, I want to get all of them done. And that's going to bring me forward to plans later. I'll bring that up. The things that I focused on in May were my Mirabilias, because I do have a few, and I also have a few starts that I really wanted to get started. So I took this opportunity to start 3 out of the 5 that are on my top 5 list. So yeah, I am in one group that I do use to motivate me to swap things out, because I will tend to focus on just one project for a while till I get I try not to work on it till I'm bored of it, because then when you put it aside, you do not want to pick it up again. So I try to put it aside when I'm at a great place. I want to pick it up again. Let's move on to the next one. It sounds silly, but it works for me. And so the Magazine Monthly Challenge group is a Facebook group on Facebook, obviously. And it's the only one that I've been using to swap out my projects. And I am a member of the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch group as well. I haven't had the time really to go and look at that group and pick out the projects to line up with that acrostic. I just picked the one that works for me, and the monthly magazine challenge group is good because it also has a challenge for picking out something from a magazine. And if you were to see the wall over there, you would see I have a lot of magazines. A lot. And a lot of them have projects that I want to stitch that. So when I joined that group, I went through most of my magazines and I picked out a couple that are really high on the I want to stitch that list. Of course, me being me, I picked big projects. I picked out 2 Teresa Wenslers, a Jeanette Douglas, Nora Corbett. So you see where my taste lands. And so this challenge group is getting me to start more projects, of course. So I'm enjoying it though. I mean, it's all for fun. There is no cross stitch police. If you stop doing something or you do something wrong, whatever, it's yours. So there. So I should get on to showing you my whips. I've worked on, I'm looking at notes here, 7 projects in the last 2 weeks, 5 of which are Nora Corbett / Mirabilia, because Nora is the designer for Mirabilia. So I'm going to make some rustling noises because there are some Ziploc bags in here, and I don't think I need them right away. And that's plans. Okay. So the first one that I worked on, pretty sure this was one of the first ones that I picked up after you know what, I wrote it down, but now I'm thinking I've already shown you this. Yeah, I'll show it to you again just in case I worked on it a little bit more, but I really don't think so. This is Dasher. By Nora Corbett, part of the Christmas Eve Couriers collection, and I started these in May 2017, and if you will remember, I was budging the background because I messed up the border, so the background had to be fudged. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And this is if editing works. If you've been with me for a while, you'll know the last couple of videos I'm having troubles with my computer. So there may or may not be editing. Photo insert here. And here's where it is now. I can't remember if I showed it to you last time. It's been too long. So I am starting the back stitching, and that's a good time to put it away because I was on a roll, and I can see picking this up again and finishing it. Beads and everything. I will have to make sure I have all the beads. I've been buying the beads as like randomly. At the beginning, I was randomly buying, okay, I need this many of this. I have a master list. I mean, that was 2017, 4 years ago. 4 years these have been in the making. I have 2 finished. This one is very close to being finished and may show up again very soon because I need to get some finishes in my life. So that was Dasher. I want to leave my project bag nearby, but there's a dog on the bed. I need a drink. There's a dog on the bed. I would have had 2 dogs in here, but I was able to get my husband to keep Gidget in the basement with him because she's the one that wanders around a lot and makes a lot of noise. And I know that's not very appealing to videos, says the woman who just opened a can of pop. Next one I'm going to show you is my second oldest whip. Now, I just showed you one from 2017, so guess when this one is. It's older than that one. 2016, early 2016, like spring or summer. I don't even remember. I do remember that it was a buddy of mine and myself have the 2, they're not matching patterns, but they are coordinating patterns. I think that's what you would call it. She sent it to me, and it's in my Mirabilia stash now, but I don't have this one finished. She finished hers almost a year ago, and I'm still plugging away at mine because I can't focus. That's not true. I do, when I get to work on this, I really want to work on it a lot, and then I have to switch out because I do. And I should, if I was to stitch on this for, I would say 2 more weeks, if that, I would have it finished to the point of putting beads on. But I don't stitch it that monogamously. I really need to pick some projects to focus on. They're so close to being finished. Anyways, this is Crystal Christmas by Mirabilia. That's what it should look like when it's finished. Still in the Q-snap, because I really hate to take them out of the Q-snap if I'm in a really good spot, and it's still a really good spot for stitching. You can reach everything just nicely. So yeah, here's where I am. This is the last angel, and I worked on the wing and her hair. Last time there was only white in the wing, so I filled in the grays, and I don't think she had any flesh tones, and a little bit of her hair. That is where there's going to be a big earmuff, I believe. Yeah, big white fuzzy earmuff. And I am stitching the whisper as I go. I don't want to leave it to the end. There is really just her head, and finishing off this bow, and the top of the Christmas tree to do. And that's a close-up. And needle minders, this is from Traditional Stitches store, and this is from Denkai Designs, and I put a snail on here to remind me how slow I am. Slowpoke. So that's Crystal Christmas. I stitched on that for 3 days. I also used that for the acrostic. In May, the monthly magazine acrostic is Daisy, D-A-I-S-Y. D was Dasher, A was, it was something, I just don't have it written on that page. A is Adia, which I haven't started yet. I is Icy, Crystal Christmas. S is Sleigh. And that's what I'm going to show you next. Another Mirabilia. Also part of the, well, I mean, yeah, it is part of the Christmas Eve couriers. Beautiful, beautiful sleigh, all fancy, decked out. And here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. So mostly what I worked on was this gray and around here. Just basically this little area here. That's 3 days of stitching. I feel like I don't have enough time. Oh, we all need more time, don't we? So, this one is nowhere near being finished. I would like to get it a lot closer, but you know how it is. So I'm putting stuff away. as I'm going, just to keep everything kind of organized. Sleigh, that was for Daisy. So Dasher, Icy, and Sleigh are finished. My goals are 3 days of work on each project. A and Y are not done. Why? Because I still have a week. Why? I was going to use Yule, and I was going to pick up another Christmas Eve courier and work on it some more. But I thought I won't have time. I'm going to use Y for yellow for Adia, and I'm going to knock them both out with the same acrostic, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do 6 days, but 3 days for sure. Get a good start on it, because it's my new start. That goes into plans. I'll show you my fabric and everything later. So that's the plans for Daisy. Adia will fit both of those, and then I'll be done. I did not pick a magazine piece because it was flowers, and I don't have a magazine piece that has flowers. That's not entirely true. I do have one. It's all flowers. It's over there, but I don't want to start another Teresa Wensler right now. So it was no thank you. I will just not do that right now. So the next project that I worked on is Queen Mariposa. Now, I don't know where my picture is. So that really throws me off. I'm trying to tell you what I have in mind. So I will insert a picture from the lovely internet. I will find a picture and insert it here. Now, the color of fabric that I picked, I thought it didn't have a name, but then I found this tag just hanging around, and it looks like it's probably Zephyr by Picture This Plus, because all of my other fabrics have their tags. So if this looks like Zephyr to you, then yes, it is. If it doesn't, well, I don't know where Zephyr is, and yeah. So I decided for this one I'm going to do a center start, because that's how I normally do it. So in the center of the picture is the bodice, the corset, and so I started to work on that. And I picked up first color, and that's what it looks like. So this is my fabric, and this is first color, $7.75, and you can see I'm almost out of it on the bobbin, but I was like, oh, did I make a big mistake? And then the next color, of course, white. So I had these two colors stitched in on this fabric the first day. The next day, the next morning, I got up and I looked at my stitches and I was like, it's just disappearing. I don't know if I could do this. It's just not, it's not going to show up. So then I went on to another color. And another color. And I thought, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I'm gonna make it work. So I kept going. And so here is where it's at. I made a working copy, and where I made the working copy, I'm gonna have to redo it because it's right in the middle of the corset, and I'm just gonna do the full width of the corset make a working copy that way. So can you see it? It's right there. So yeah, I mean, the light is blowing it out a bit, but it does show up a lot better in person. And once the red dress part is put in around her, it will look fabulous. And the butterflies will really pop on this blue fabric. So I'm sticking with it. And that's a needle minder I made myself. I don't know if you noticed in the last previous videos there was a necklace hanging here. It was that. I already had the magnet on it. I just had to take the chain off. So did it, and I mean, it's a perfect project for it, right? So that's my new start, Queen Mariposa. So that is it for my Mirabilia whips. I have two other projects, Non-Mira, Not Nora, and very much Alice. Well, okay, this one is Alice, of course, because as soon as it came out, I have to do it. And I grabbed a piece of fabric and went through my overdyes and matched up my overdyed threads to the DMC conversion that they had listed. And I was happy with it. Oh, look. Queen Mariposa. So yeah, the red dress will really make the rest of it pop. Put that with the right project. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, I was matching my overdyes to the DMC conversion that Owl Forest had provided. I'm doing the colorful version, and I was 100% okay with my choices until Megan, she has a Flosstube channel. I'll try to link it below. Megan on Virtual Stitchers had put a little smiley face beside my discards and made me second guess myself. And I hate when I have to second guess myself, because it took me a long time to make a decision. I was going to use Candy Apple Red. I didn't bring my didn't bring a thing in here. Yeah, I can use that. Candy Apple Red by Weeks Dye Works. And she put a little smiley face beside Turkish Red. And oh, you know how I feel about Turkish Red. That's Turkish Red. They're not even close. One is a much more muted, vintagey type color, and the other one is a very bright, bold, in your face color. Well, of course I went with Turkish Red. Yeah. I did do a test stitch on with the sorry, she wanted to go investigate something. So anyways, I did do a test stitch, but test words. Hello. I did do a test stitch with the baked apple. Yeah, baked apple. I hope that's what I was telling you. And I liked it. And so I was torn because it looked good. I will show you. So that's the baked apple right there. And it looked perfectly fine. But no. So I thought that I could try to keep on top of this stitch along, and I knew the chances were very slim that I would. But part 3 is out, and I'm almost finished part 1, and I'm almost finished part 2. I haven't started part 3. Looking in my basket here, I did not show you this one. But anyways, here's where I am. So for part 1, what is missing is the red hearts in here and here, and then some red roses, I believe, in the trellis. I still have to go back and frog the green out of here and change it for the green that is test stitched over here, which really you can't tell. And of course somebody's doing laundry. I'm doing laundry. Somebody's cutting the grass. Part 2 was these vase based roses. Red up here with the banner across, and white roses down here with banner across the bottom. So I still need to do the one corner and some green heart bit in here, and the white rose pot that goes here, and the pieces across. So I'm not 100% behind. Obviously, I've got some stuff done. My green, let me see if I can tell you off the top of my head. Well, I have my gloss here. So the red is Turkish red. The green is Monkey Grass by Weeks Dye Works. And the white is Straw Bonnet by Gentle Arts. The brown is Chris's Bon Bon by Weeks Dye Works, I believe. That's the brown that's used in the flower pot. Yeah, Chris's Bon Bon. Has a bit of a red tone to it. So I thought, well, since I'm going with the bright red, I might as well go with the Bon Bon that has the red tone to it. So yeah, I'm very happy with it. I'm gonna keep up with it as well, as kept up as I can. The corner here has been released, and it is the rabbit. And I'm hoping that I left enough margin there, because okay, now I have both of them in here. Why? Why? No, out. Go on. Where's Daddy? Go get Daddy. Get your ball. Get the ball. Oh, the ball was downstairs. Nope. It was in the other room. Okay, go. Go, show Daddy. All right, come here. Come here. Okay, hopefully they will just settle down. But if not, I'm sorry. My puppies love me, so hopefully she'll settle down. Okay, so that was the Alice project by Owl Forest Embroidery. Downloads are free on their website, and there's a 3-color version and a multi-color version. I think it's 12 colors, and yeah, if you know another floss tuber that's stitching this, let me know, because I haven't seen anybody else's progress yet, and I would like to do so, because I know other people that are not doing any new starts this year. So anyways, yeah, I forgot to show you my other Mirabilia. This is going to be a long video. Sorry, not sorry. This one is, I started this one. Okay, I do have dates planned for working on things. I did know that I wanted to start Queen Mariposa on May the 13th. It's my sister's birthday. She likes butterflies. It's for me, but it makes me think of my sister. So the 13th was her birthday. May 13th was her birthday, so I started that one. Crystal Christmas, I just worked on because I wanted to work on it. This one is Dressmaker's Daughter. A couple years ago, back in 2018, the Australian Flosstube ladies had a seasonal Queen SAL going. So they were starting the Spring Queen in autumn, Summer Queen in winter, for me in the Northern Hemisphere. They were doing it in Australia, so they were starting the seasonal queens in the season that switched over to in Australia. So I was like, I'm not starting the queens. I only had one, I think. I might not have even had one. I do have all four now, but I did have this pattern, and I decided, hey, that's a good way for me to get this pattern started and work on it and see some progress and switch to the next one at the next season in Australia. Another interesting fact, in Australia their seasons switch on the 1st of the month. In America, in Canada, we switch our season on the 20th or the 21st. I don't know if it changes, but I feel like it's not always the same day. So anyways, I try to work on this project on the 20th or 21st for a couple days. It's spring here, so I'm working on autumn. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I just know it gives me a reason to pull it out, and I do try. I don't always make it. So here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. So when you last saw autumn, this part was not done. It was done from here down. That's what I did. And a little bit here. 3 days. I don't know if I showed you the cover picture even. So I actually do have quite a bit of autumn finished. It is up to I gotta look at this again. Okay, I don't have as much done as I thought. I'm up to here. That little bunch of apples right there. So I still got quite a ways to go. It's a big chart. It's huge. It is 310 across by 200 high. Yeah. See, and I thought about using yellow here for the monthly magazine acrostic. Yellow. I would be done then. Okay. Drink. I don't even know how far we are because my camera does not have a counter. So, do want to point out, I did swap out my pictures for this month. Last time I filmed, I had, it's right over there. Can't remember what it's called. It's the anniversary piece by Mirabilia. It's not a Corvette. Silhouette. Portrait of Vines. This is the silver dragonfly stitched on 28 count something Lugana by Picture This Plus. I cannot remember the name of it. The crystals are not available, and a very nice person sent me some Swarovskis to swap out, and she sent me 6. I needed 3, so I sent the other 3 along with the pattern off to a fortunate Flosstube winner. So yeah, I was supposed to pull out another whip from the whip pile, but I will do that after I show you this next whip. Wow. So this is my Heaven and Earth design, and it's a big one. It's on a big frame. I work on it every day for 30 minutes a day if I can. Some days I don't have the time and it ends up being not done that one day. Sometimes 2, but Fridays are what we call at work early day. We start work at 8, we end at 4. So yeah, the rest of the days are 9 to 6. So this is Beloved. Here's what it's supposed to look like. And where was when you last saw it? And here it is now. So, yeah, I did a lot of black. A lot of black. I don't know where it was when you last saw it because I don't have a good memory. And when you work on something every day, it's really hard to remember that stopping point. Whereas when you put something away and then you pick it up a month later, you're like, oh yeah, I just did her finger. Well, this time I do know that I did a lot of black. And because I'm focusing on one color, I am getting more than 100 stitches done in the 30 minutes-ish I get in the mornings. So I've been getting at least 200, so that's good. I know, yeah, like I said, a lot of black, and that black line there is 1 row from being a page finish. So if I can get all of the rest of this up to that line, this will be finished and there will be 1 row and a half page row left. Yeah. And I was getting sick of the black, and I don't know why, but Saturday it was overcast, so I worked on black. Sunday it was overcast, so I worked on black, and then today it was overcast, so I worked on black, And then I thought, well, I could pick a different color. So I did come in here and I did finish her finger, which was the lighter colors, but I was able to see it well enough to go ahead and just finish it. So this finger wasn't finished. It is finished now. There was some fill in here, and then all the black. Yeah. I think there's still like 21,000 plus black stitches to do. Yeah. And here I am contemplating starting a new Haid in the fall. Why? I don't know. Okay. Now I am going to pause this video, but you won't even notice. Okay, so I had to pause because I wanted to show you another blast from the past. My Mirabilias that have been finished but just stored away for who knows how long and need to be framed. It's a shame they're not framed. Bucket. And this one I started when it first came out, and I'm sorry I don't have the dates for you. It just takes a second for me to look it up. So I started it March 24th, 2016, and I finished it November 8th, 2018. Only 2.5 years to get this one done. And it is the Wherefore Art Thou Mystery Stitch Along by Mirabilia. And I do have the special Italian bead that came, well, you had to buy separately, but I had bought the floss kit to do it all in the overdyes, and my stitching buddy across the pond was stitching it in the DMC. I don't think she's finished yet, but you know, she had a lot of life stuff going on, so yeah. It's a shame it's not framed. So this is where my overdyed collection really got started. It cost a fortune, yes, but I kitted everything, and now I have plenty of threads that I go to. There were a couple of threads that needed multiple skeins. I believe one of the grays and two of the dark red here. But yeah, pretty sure I did it on the called for linen. Yeah. So this is another case where I did do beads in multiple directions to give it different dimensions. And if I remember right, I did it with the beads too, I did change the colors of the threads, so holding the beads on the dress to give it more trying to think of the word, to make them different from each other. There's so many beads. So, this will be going back into the bin of, it's a shame it's not framed. Until I can find a good framer to do it and raise the money. I would really love to have Jill Rensel frame some things, but ooh, that might be pretty expensive. So, what else did I have on my list of things? I do have haul. Shuffle things around a little bit. Okay. One of the things that I got, and I do want to say, you have to look, it's a gamble. When you're on Amazon, you're like, yes, that's what I was looking for. And then you get it and you're like, oh, that's not what I was looking for. These are not going to be strong enough at all. It's like, so, like everybody else, I've seen these magnetic cable ties being used on projects, and I was totally enamored and had to get myself some. So I went on to Amazon and I found what I thought were the right ones, and then I got them and it's like, are you kidding? Like, that is like, this is empty because the magnet came out. And they barely, oh look, no magnet. They don't hold well enough to be what they were showing on other Flosstubes, other people's channels. They were like super strong, hold your fabric, big rolls of fabric. I was like, well, this obviously isn't the right one. And then I believe, well, I wanted to say Julie at Stitching at the Cabin. I know she uses them, but I'm pretty sure I followed a link that somebody else had put on Facebook saying, these are the ones that you buy. And so I was like, finally. So I went on to Amazon and I followed the right link and I got the right magnetic cable ties. So I will put the link below so that if you are looking for magnetic cable ties, you'll find them. The only thing is I'm going to have to look a little bit more at the to see if there's shorter ones, because these ones are a little bit longer than I wanted, and it's a two size packs. It's this size and then longer ones. And these work great, but I wanted shorter ones. So that was one little bit of haul. And my other bit of haul crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Okay. So I was working on Cassiopeia, and I was like, there are so many blanks where there has to be a specialty thread, which I did not order yet. So I went on to 123 because it's my go-to place, and I ordered all the required specialty threads for Cassiopeia. So those are the Karen. These are the water lilies. And this is the Krynic braid that glows in the dark. I haven't come across where it's used yet, but I'm very interested to see how that goes. And while I was there, I did pick up a couple of threads for Alice because I did not have a purple that matched the 3743 DMC. So I looked at purple threads that they had and ordered two. One is the Threadworks and the other one is the Weeks Dye Works. Weeks Dye Works Purple Haze and Threadworks 01155. I think the Threadworks is going to be the one that gets thrown into the mix. And they were having a clearance. I don't know why. I don't know if this color is not available anymore, which would be a real shame, but 28 count Mellow Cashel Linen by Picture This Plus. Small piece. It's that's the size I got, 12 by 17. Nice buttery yellow. And I think I know what I want to put on this. I just don't know the dimensions of it, and I don't have it yet. But I believe the Alessandra Adelaide's Bumblebee, latest bee pattern that she has, would go really nice on this. So that's my haul. Now, plans. I am going to start a dia. By Mirabilia. This is the last start that I have planned for the month of May. I do not have any of the charms or Krynic, but I do have this fabulous piece of fabric. That's right. Huntress by Picture This Plus. That's what I'm going to put a dia on. I know it scares people, but I mean, it's red and gold. so it's obviously going to go well together. Look at that. Yeah. I can't wait. So, I had considered doing a color conversion, and the more I'm thinking of the gold on this bright red, not bright, it's deep red, and the more I like it. So you should see a start on that. I am a little bit concerned about the fabric color bleeding into it, but I did rinse it and give it a vinegar bath, so hopefully it won't bleed more. We'll see. More plans, beloved. The magazine monthly acrostic has been released, and the word of the month is going to be summer. So, the magazine I have had for a while, 10 years. This is from May, June 2011. This is what the cover looks like. And the theme is summer. And what defines summer? Like strawberries. Nothing defines it like strawberries. So Jeanette Douglas, Strawberry Stitches. I don't have the silks. Okay. So where were we? Yeah. We got interrupted. So, I don't remember where we were, but I'll do my best. I do have this magazine sitting here in front of me, so I'm sure that this is what I was talking about. Plans for June. The monthly magazine acrostic monthly magazine challenge Facebook group has put out the plans for June. And June is summer, and what says summer? Strawberries. So Jeanette Douglas Strawberries is what I'm going to be working on. I don't have the silks. I will probably do a conversion. Well, I've already started to do a conversion. There's only about 3 different colors of red. I haven't looked at it that closely. 3 different colors of green. And a brown multi-colored thread. So what I am going to do is go through my overdyes eventually and pick out some reds, but I do have a fabric. I had this with the magazine, so I'm hoping it's the right size and everything. This is 32 count cream Belfast linen, 13 by 18. It's nothing fancy, no Picture This Plus modeling or anything like that. And I've picked out antique brass to do the variegation on the border right there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I think this next picture shows that part of it better. Again, maybe not, but you can see it up here in the description. Instructions. Not descriptions, it's the instructions. So yeah, I do have a little bit more work to do to get that one fully ready to go, but I'll try to work with what I have and do that. But that's June. Finishing off May will be Adia and Alice in Wonderland SAL by Owl Forest Embroidery, and Beloved, of course, is always going to be morning stitches until it is finished and done. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I started Beloved in August 2016. It is my oldest whip. Crystal Christmas is my second oldest whip. So getting those ones out of the way is more of a priority than these new starts. Of course, Beloved is going to take a lot longer than Crystal Christmas, but it is what it is. So also in June, I want to get some things finished. So I do have a few things that are so close to being finished that I just need to work on them just a little bit more. Just that tiny bit. For instance, crinkle, crinkle. Trick or Treat Fairy by Mirabilia. It's pretty much finished. You know what's left? The outline on the moon. Beading is done. Krynic is done. And yes, I did some conversions, but it's just the moon that's left to do. So yeah, I need to figure that out. And I should do that in June. Why not? Right? I mean, technically, I still have it listed as a whip. So, that one, maybe a Christmas Eve courier. Those are the, I want to get one reindeer done for sure. We know that Dasher is like right there. And Halloween Fairy, let's get that done. I need to finish some project bags. I have them this close to being finished. Like, zip through the sewing machine twice. And each bag, 2 bags are done. And then one bag, I have to decide this zipper color. And then another bag, well, I do have to make everything for it, but I have to get it all cut and everything. But it is one that I have all arranged and ready to go. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 project bags ready. I just need to get my butt in gear and finish them. So I think that covers everything. I'm looking around to see. Oh yes, under 1,000 sub club. How can I forget this? It's an amazing thing that is going around that is promoting people who have Flosstube channels who are under 1,000 subscribers. I'm a member. I have not got 1,000 subscribers. There are some people who have jumped over this little milestone because of this hashtag that's going around, and I want to share 2 that I have discovered recently. One is a new stitcher, and she goes by the Graveyard Stitcher, and I'm going to look her up right now. She's new to stitching and new to Flosstube. And she's doing a lot of new starts.
I think
she's new to everything, all of this stuff, so she's trying everything, and I think she's a great person to watch. You can tell that she's anxious, and it just makes her more likable. So check her out. That's the Graveyard Stitcher. She's got 3 videos out now, and the other one that I wanted to shout out is the Sharky Stitcher. She is not got a filter, let's just say that. So if you watch her with children around, be warned. Okay? I just want to get to her channel. Yeah, she's definitely under the 1,000 mark, but she has so many Mirabilias on the go, and she tried to do Mirabilia May, and well, she didn't fail at it, she just didn't get everything in her plans done because something stole her focus. So go check her out. Yeah, and if you like to see a variety of overdyed fabrics, for sure, she will show you a lot of those, and it helps me know which colors are what. And especially, she does show 2 fabrics that she ordered at different times and they turn out completely different. So it just goes to show, well, you think you're getting this color, but it turns out it's more like, instead of blue, it's purple. So anyways, I think that I finally made it all the way through. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. I will try to do some editing because yeah, it needs to be edited. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye, and until next time, be kind, take care of each other, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you come back next time. So happy stitching, everybody. Bye.